Hello, family. Thank you for coming over to the house tonight. And just kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the SK beat. We're kicking. Just kicking. Just kicking. Okay, you don't come to another episode where we're going to be asking the question of, why you telling my business? Don't be telling my business. Why not? Because a can and a can, a can, and a wheel. Now we're off to... Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Dale Chanel's 40th World. What I'm saying to say, YouTube playing around with my numbers. So if you find yourselves unsubscribed to the channel, fam, see if you make sure you go back and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Because YouTube does it look like quarterly. They're gonna mess with your numbers. I don't know. They mess with people that just follow me, but they're not really being active. They take those subscriptions out. So make sure y'all are subscribed. If y'all were unsubscribed and it was no fault of your own, please go back and subscribe to the channel, Dale Chanel's 48th World. And if you didn't, and you did it on purpose to unfollow me, okay, that's fine. You know, you gotta live your life. And if I don't make you happy, if I don't have a little smile or kiki for you, then yes, please go to another platform where you can get your ha kiki laugh on and be good. You know, be good, because I want everybody to be good. I want everybody to watch me, and I bring some joy to their life, you know, some little cackles, kikis, ha-has, and then go to sleep, okay? Because that's basically what I do when I finish trying to tape for y'all in the wee hours of the morning. I might be saying shit that I don't talked about on another show I did at work. It may all just come into one big YouTube video. So please excuse me for that. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to a certain age, that sleep come down on you and you try to do something else, it gives you just what I gave you, okay? And you might say that's full of shit. Yeah, you right. I can't disagree with you on that. But I wanted to talk to you all about Miss KenyaSummerMoore and why is she going to sit and talk with Carlos King. Now, if I'm not mistaken now, because I can make a mistake in a minute, okay? A second, okay? But Carlos King and Candy don't mix. They like oil and water. Don't mix at all. Okay, why would Kenya go over there to Carlos King when she knows her best buddy don't like him? Now, can we see a snake in the grass? Can we see a snake in the grass? Okay, and I'm calling Kenya Moore out. Yes, I am, because this is some fuck shit she doing. You know what I'm saying? She could have went on anybody else's platform and gave them. So here she could have called ET Online, Entertainment Tonight. It's several outlets out there. TMZ. They would love to have sat down with Kenya. But see, y'all just made Carlos stock go up. Every time you go over there of some relevant, because Kenya is relevant, it makes people want to go to that channel and see what's going on. They may give a subscription to them, because Carlos at 30-something thousand. When he did that Nene video, man, it catapulted him quickly up there, because everybody want to know what Nene has to say these days. Even her, even probably Bravo itself wants to know what is Nene saying to the people. You know what I'm saying? Now we got Kenya running over them, tripling his numbers. Now Carlos, he say he left Bravo, but other people say they differ with that statement he made. I mean, Phaedra had to go, Carlos King had to go, and the other people, the what do you call it? The platform that's Bravo and True Entertainment Original, they just didn't want Nene no more. You know what I'm saying? She keeps saying it's the house she built, that's it's hers or whatever. Whatever. Did you put some money down? Is your name out there in front of that building? I don't think so. So Nene got she really got too big for her own britches. Is what it is. And she had destroyed things so bad she couldn't go back. So now she's like, doing every bit of every little outlet out there, like bloggers, and try to go through them because she went on Larry Reed as well. And I was like, see, Nene, you can say anything you want to because you know they're not gonna bring you back. That's a fact. Ain't no company that I know that I've been living on this earth for is going to let you talk about them negatively, drag them on social media, threaten to sue them, actually gets an attorney out there to take the case. And you already knew you had to go through mediation because that was in y'all contract. And that's what Andy and other people were trying to bring out. We don't know why you suing because we can counter sue. However, you signed a contract that said if anything goes wrong, and I don't know what the contract says, but if anybody, I believe if any party didn't like how they were being done on the show, they could holler, okay, we need to, what do you call it? We need to have a meeting because I'm not happy. And I know y'all don't like me because, well, y'all are done with me because y'all giving me less episodes. Now, see, they don't get paid if they don't appear in the episode that they're supposed to be at. So, like Nene said, but Nene lied too because she was saying that she negotiated her contract, this, that, and the third, but she really didn't. Because on the other hand, she said they were phasing her out because they were giving her lesser and lesser episodes to be a part of. So I'm like, okay, and the same thing is happening to Kenya. But Kenya's mad and she's handling it all wrong. She handling it like Nene. But you're going to find her ass out in that damn street. Okay? Because evidently something must be really close to the truth. And I had to shout it out to House of Aaron. Go over there. He's doing his own thing. And he just letting all these reality stars that he can have interviews with, he just letting them have it. You know what I'm saying? He don't pay for nobody to come for him to interview. He's a true journalist, and I gotta respect his hustle. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all should know who House of Aaron is. If you don't know, go over there and tell them Deb Chanel's 48th World and make it make sense. Send them over, send y'all over there, okay? But it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. So I don't know, because in some of Kenya's statement that she's making to Carlos King, it's almost like she's talking to Candy about Candy or Kim. But either or, both of them got spinoffs. You see what I'm saying? And they're renewing Candy and the Gang. Okay, so if Candy and Kenya was on the chopping block, Candy ain't gonna say shit because she's still gonna be making money on Bravo and True Entertainment. She won't be with the company as a participant on Real Housewives of Atlanta no more, but she got several outlets that she can just, okay, drum up some more money, this, that, and the third. I'm telling y'all, it's money being made behind the scenes. That's why I don't understand why Candy want to hold on. Well, I do understand why she want to hold on to this show because of the money. But at a certain period, at a certain time, when you keep talking about she said she didn't say she was an OG, but she can. I'm talking about. But you still saying you the longest running housewife, so you still tooting your own horn. You still being in that my me situation. So for lack of a better word, I can't think of one right now. But you think you in a sense you think the same way Nene and can you think the same way as Nene? But when Nene was, upset and they was trying to phase her out, that's when she went to holler, bloody murder. They doing me wrong, this, that, and the third. And I ain't saw not damn check to Bravo, and True Entertainment or True Original Entertainment that you want to be a part of, some stock holdings or anything of that nature. Or maybe you did, but they said they weren't gonna give it to you. It wasn't one. It's not what we want at this time. So they were phasing Nene out. I do believe that's the same thing they probably done told Kenya. And maybe they told Candy, but like I said, Candy can transition well. They like her. She never been problematic. She's always given what she needed to give. And that's why they kept her. Now she's finna take, if they got rid of her on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she still could go and be a part of Candy and the Gang because they don't renewed it for another season, second season. Now, how many episodes they have, I really don't know. But this would give Candy as well as Todd some time to write more. Because reality TV is not reality TV anymore. And to tell you the truth, Kenya Moore changed the status of the show when they brought her on, as well as Portia. Well, Portia did come on married, but her marriage failed throughout the seasons, and she was manipulated, but by controlling narcissists. But we saw that it was quite boring. They even said that he was gay. And they were trying to build a storyline around that. I like, oh hell no. And then you got Kenya coming in. She wasn't even a housewife. She wasn't even married. She wasn't even dating. So for her to get up here and say, well, these they need to be auditioned. They really need to go through a true audition type format before they can be let on a platform. But Ken, you didn't really have to audition, I mean, you could tell them you're interested. They've seen some of your body or your work, and it's a reality show. Meaning you are supposed to show your everyday life, you're good, you're bad, or whatever. Now you telling me they taped your preparing for your what do you call it? Your new hair salon, not hair salon. Shit, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of salon. I guess you get pampered, like, you get your feet massaged, you get it, sit down and let it bubble in some water. You may can get your nails done. Or you may actually be able to get a massage, so maybe her thing is a massage. But see, they cut all that shit out. They filmed it, but they cut it out. Meaning, you talking about production, you talking about the whole company. Girl, you saying too much. So that's what made me think you going out the door. Because they did not like it. And I mean, you trying to say, Marlo, do this, do that. But you doing the same thing, can you? You have better words and you have better expressions to say it out in public than what Marlo may be able to, articulate the way you articulate. But they hired Marlo to act a damn fool, and Lord knows that's just what she doing. She didn't come on the show to have peace and harmony. She came on trying to start chaos, and you got to give her an A+ for understanding the assignment. And they probably had said, get on the Kenya skin, get on the Candy skin, get on the whole cast, skin. It don't matter. And she did what she was supposed to do. Marlo didn't come on there trying to be no kumbaya type situation. No, no. She came out and said, like none of you helpers in the sense that I'm finna come for every last one of y'all. And of course we would have liked it to see Marlo build this house she was talking about. But, it's a fake storyline. We had to call a spade a spade. She knew this, and she didn't want to talk about it. And the people did not let her talk about it. But see, Kenya, the writing is on the wall, baby. And like I said, you must know something. Because to go down this road that Candy don't even like this person, she done told you how greedy and how, what do you call it? He's a shark in a sense, and he will bite you, or he's a snake and he will bite you every time if you're getting in his way or somewhere where he want to be. They ain't gonna have Carlos back because he had something to do with that being told what Phaedra told what's her name, Portia, and Portia ended up telling everybody at the reunion, to get the shit out of her back. But no, a person would do anything if they feel like they have to fight for their livelihood. They would say they would do anything. So I was just kind of surprised that Kenya was tapping on some, you know, fertile ground that her and Candy had made, but it seemed like she kind of jealous hearted. But I said enough. Let's hear. We're gonna be critiquing what she said. Meaning, she's gonna say what she got to say, and then I'm gonna come back and rebuttal that situation if it was some bullshit that she was talking about. And I get tired of people saying, "Marlo, she do this, she do that." Marlo been doing this from the end of time. I mean, from the first induction of her being Nini's friend coming on over there. Marlo didn't kind of be nobody's friend, and to keep it quiet and for people to try to keep it quiet, but I'm gonna speak it out loud. They don't like you no more, Kenya. I don't know what you did to them, or maybe it's a money issue. Maybe they feel you and Candy make too much money, and they could just get rid of y'all and get 4 or 5 more new people. Okay, because telling the truth, yeah, they need to, just like we got to know Candy, Kenya, Nene, Portia, Phaedra. and the first OGs of the first season. Um, just like we did not know them, we knew of them, but we did not know them as housewives, coming in on the show. Because when it first induction, that's what it was, housewives, trying to make it do what it do. Now, when you added Kenya, when you added Portia, when you added who else? They didn't have a husband. Well, Eva didn't have a husband at the time. She had a crazy ass boyfriend from her first baby daddy. So you got Eva. You got them three. Let's just walk with that. They weren't housewives at the time, but they were asked to come on the show to make it do what it do. And I'm telling you, nobody wants to have a kumbaya moment unless it's beginning to be the end of time, and then everybody want to go scatter. But you still have people still doing what they want to do, still not believing in Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. So I tell anybody, get saved, okay? And hopefully you're playing for the right team, but I ain't got nothing to say with it because everybody has to come in accountants for their own living and what they did in this world, okay? But let's go and hear a little bit. We ain't gonna cover the whole thing, but we'll cover as much as we can. Because I got this video going 33 minutes and I don't talk 16 minutes of it of rambling. But let's go and see what she had to say.
A-Rain drops, yes, come through. We got merch. Finally, Carlos King is giving y'all merch. Housewives, right?
Okay, and this is Carlos King platform, and Kenya's over there. I don't know why, but she's over there.
Housewives, right? I said you have to tell Kenya what y'all don't know, and tell me if I'm wrong. It took so many attempts to get Apollo to admit it on camera. He was nervous. He kept trying to I knew his intention was to say it. When the cameras were rolling, I said, you have to tell her. I brought you out of bar one. We were filming a bar one party. And I said, Kenya, you have to talk. I ain't talked to Apollo one-on-one. Carlos, I'm never going to do it. I don't need people to think was a setup. I'm trying to sleep with him. We're flirting. I don't do one-on-ones with somebody's husband. I said, Kenya, you have to trust me. He wants to reveal something.
But, yeah, because he was going to jail, too. But, Kenya, you were flirting. You were flirting with all the guys. So don't even try that. You were flirting with Apollo, okay? Especially that scene where you pushed him or was trying to play with him while Phaedra was sitting down there with Nene and Greg. And then you gonna push him in the pool. And then he's gonna come, get out the pool, grab you, and throw you in the pool. Both of y'all gonna be in the pool together playing. And that's some bullshit. You don't do nobody husband like that. See, that's why they thought you was a little hoe running around now. But let's move on.
To you. You said, Carlos, I do trust you. I'll do it. I brought Apollo outside. We were outside of bar one. He was nervous. He tried to say it 10 times. He just kept... And he kept saying, I apologize for... I'm like, what are you apologizing for? I need you to say it. At this point, you have ruined my life. You got everybody out here thinking, and your wife over here on national TV telling everybody, I have offered to suck your dick. You need to say exactly what the truth is. I need to hear you say it. Yeah. Don't give me a blanket apology. I'm sorry for whatever I said or did. No, what did you do? What did you and your wife do? What did you do? Tell me. Say it. And I was not trying to hear it. Like, I walked away several times and I said, I don't have time for this. That scene aired for 5 minutes. It took over 30 minutes to get that conversation because you really wanted him to say it explicitly, rightfully so. If you're going to admit it verbatim. Yes. Because everyone thinks that I'm this whore. Yep. I'm this Jezebel who wants to suck and marry praying on somebody out of town. And all that. And he admitted that it was wrong. And what I thought was so interesting is, although he admitted on camera, and this is the dark side of reality. Yep. There is a dark side. There's a dark side reality. People can spread a rumor. and it grows into life on.
Okay, we don't really want to hear that because we know a lie is a lie. The truth is the truth. Um, a lie can make it excuse me, make a situation blow up and it's talked about for days ends. But that's just how the world is. People want drama. People gonna want to believe the bad things. They're not gonna about you. They don't want to look and research and say, "Oh yeah, she didn't do that." But they'll sit around and say, "Well, she didn't do that, but she had to do something else." You see what I'm saying? And you can't fix it. Like you can't fix certain people. You can't fix how the world runs. It just is what it is. So we're gonna move on from that situation.
Its own. Yeah, people still think that and out of love another day. You're gonna fight one day and you're gonna not fight another day. And listen, it's a very interesting dynamic. But I think the key word is two things I have to say about Portia. I have never said she was a bad person. I think she's made some bad decisions. We all have, right? But I have only said two people.
Yeah, Kenya, we remember that where Portia dragged you on the floor and just would not let your hair go. And she said you had some extensions in it. And I do believe it because you want that fuller look. And you don't have that fuller look with your real hair. It's just, it's just soft. You know what I'm saying? It just look like maybe Indian hair when you press it out. It's just straight, no volume, no anything. So, with that said, I believe Portia because she right down the floor struggling and wouldn't let you get up for nothing. Okay, so yeah, but see, you had that scepter in your hand and you were pointing at her. You were just poking the bear, meaning Portia's not no bear. But we just gonna say it just as it is. You kept toying with her. You brought props to the stage. And Andy should really cut the interview. He should have said, "Wait a minute, Kenya, you got to put that shit down." Maybe not say shit down, but he should have said, "Kenya, this is not allowed. Keep those on the floor, or we'll keep them behind the scenes. You can pick them up when we get finished with the interview in its entirety." She baited. She bullied. And she wanted. She was just like Marlo, okay, when it came to Portia. Because they weren't friends. They were trying to battle against each other. But like I said, Portia just have some issues with listening to folks, and then they don't go the way she wanted them to go. She ready to put hands on them. You know what I'm saying? So Portia got bullied all her life when she was younger. So she had to grow some tough skin and be ready to fight somebody. So like I said, that wasn't a fight. That was more of a, I'm finna pull your hair. We're gonna fall on the floor, and I'm gonna keep your hair in my hands until I feel like I need to let it go. Cause she sure wasn't gonna let that hair go. Carlos King had to talk to him, and they had to talk to her. She had lost her mind. But she knew she wasn't gonna let that hand and her hand around Kenya's hair go. And I'm pretty sure they worked out something. Portia probably had to pay Kenya under the table, and she had to go to anger management so it'll be more pleasing to the audience and this, that, and the third. So we're gonna move on from there.
We all have, right? No, we can argue this back and forth, but when you think that's how everyone else thinks, but that isn't how everyone else thinks. This is a new era in life. You ask somebody maybe over 40, they're going to say, absolutely not. You ask someone under 40, yeah, I'd put my hands on that person too if they had something in my face or whatever. It was polarizing. And for me, I never saw it being polarizing. I always saw it being one way, and that is you never put your hands on someone.
Hey, TikTok foodie, Amazon is clearing
After you left the reunion, and had to deal with the reality of it being played constantly. People are making jokes of it. It's a meme. You always prided yourself on being, like you said, a beauty queen. You're a wordsmith. I can read you. Let's fight with our words. One time you shared a story with me how you are sometimes afraid to have dinner or lunch in outdoor restaurants because you never knew when somebody would walk by you and try to mimic what happened. Try to pull your hair. Or think, they think it's funny. Yeah. So these young kids, they think those things are funny.
Like you see now, people are going by snatch people's wigs off of their head like it's funny, and that could be extremely traumatizing for some people. So for me, I was definitely in that state where I was paranoid. I didn't feel comfortable being out by myself, which I always go out by myself. You see me usually in Atlanta, I'm by myself. I'm confident. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. If I want to have a drink by myself or dinner or whatever, I don't worry about what other people think. Um, so
Yes, you do. Because that's why you sitting up there fussing with Carlos talking about the producers. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Well, let's move on to that. That's kind of boring what she's talking about.
when that she didn't want to give him his last name back. It was a lot going on with her, and I think I've seen that in myself, having gone through this situation with Mark being stifled. I feel like that is somewhat paralleled because and that's why I felt most disappointed, because I didn't feel like she supported me when it came to my husband, because we were in the same kind of relationship where you had someone controlling you.
Mark and Cordell has similarities.
Yes, in our relationship.
Yeah.
And I just felt like you, of all people, should know that. And if you're being my friend, why are you not supporting me? Why are you letting people laugh and belittle, a marriage? Which, what she used to always say, oh, the sanctity of marriage, how serious she took her vows. I felt the same way. This is not for play. This is my life, and this is what I've wanted all my life. And I know that she prides herself in being a wife, and I did too. It was so many things, and I wasn't supported by her in that moment, and it was really, truly disappointing.
Well, Kenya, it's hard to support when you want to be the slay assassin. You have to pick and choose when you want to say something that's mean. Okay? So, I can't give you that one. I can't give you that one because you and Portia really, really weren't friends. Her and Nene really was friends. I don't know because they live in the same subdivision or whatever. But let's move on from that.
Portia. And then
Peach holders who significantly had great seasons.
Yes.
Claudia Jordan only had one season.
Yeah.
Nene said that was one of the best reads she's ever had was with Claudia.
Oh.
Claudia only had one season.
Mm-hmm.
Eva, and I spoke to Eva before she wasn't back on the show. I said, what's going on with you? And she said, we need you back on the show, Carlos. I said, bitch, how you know? You never worked with me. She said, oh, bitch, I heard about you, ho. We need you back on the show. And I said, I need Eva from Top Model. I need WB.
But she brought it at that virtual reunion, though.
Amazing.
She was amazing. She was showing you who she really is. See, I know who Eva really is.
Me too.
So when she came out first season and she's being, humble. I wasn't in that first season.
No.
She was a housewife.
Yeah.
And I'm watching her and I'm like, that's not Eva.
No.
Like, that's not
Even
Eva.
Tyra Banks said on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. That's not Eva. Then by the time that second season and I was involved and I was determined to hate her because I didn't like something she said or whatever, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get her. And by the end of that season, I was like, that's my girl. Like, she's a...
Now you see what I'm talking about? You plot and you execute. That's the same thing Marlo doing. She plotted and she executed it. So Kenya, you and Marlo have some of the same traits, whether you want to look at it like that or not, but y'all really do.
I thought she was a great fit.
I agree with you.
Great fit. She had everything. The beauty, the brains, the she could give you a tongue lashing without even batting an eyelash.
Yeah.
So.
If you can't read small print anymore because of vision problems, try this simple ice hack with water before.
Yeah.
So. And the gays have to love her too.
No, we love Eva. We love Eva.
I mean, come on.
All the Queen's men, honey.
Yes,
we love you, Eva. Come on, BT Plus. Did Marlo Hampton single-handedly ruin the past 2 seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Child, would you get out of my head? Honestly,
nothing. Marlo ain't ruined nothing. Y'all, by her doing what she did on this season 15, y'all wouldn't be nowhere on the spectrum of reality TV going number one or number two. If it wasn't for her doing shit, nobody would have what we call it, tuned in. Okay, she was just elevating over you when it came to the antics. Okay, and she came to play the game because now it's a game. You have to target someone. You have to ride their asses until the season end, and then at the reunion, maybe y'all can make up or not. It just depends on if they get a letter to say we want you to return. Good drama, foolishness, people want to watch. They don't want to watch nobody getting along with each other, this, that, and the third. No. And we don't even know what Portia gonna come, because if she don't show Father time and where he actually has a business and an office and you have employees, we don't want to see that shit. Because all of it is fictitious. Y'all make up storylines. And that's where the formula got lost when they hired you, Kenya, not when they hired Marlo. So let's go back. Let's hear some more.
I don't even have to think about that question. It is a yes. The problem is you cannot make a fan a housewife. The problem is it is a reason why you didn't get a peach for 10 years. When you start coming for somebody who was 10 years a star, that's a problem. That's a problem.
And that's not a problem because Marlo was still a friend of the show, still traveling, still doing what she needed to do. Whatever she had to pay, she paid. And that was really much all that was said. Because if it wasn't some type of drama in the mix, then you wouldn't have nobody tuning in. Okay? And that's just a fact. But, she goes in and she says production didn't, they took her scenes and only wanted to show what they wanted to show. She had opened up her salon. I don't even know where it's at, but this is what she said. Which is kind of hard to do a brick and mortar, even though Ovid is not being as prevalent and they're seeing it, meaning the CDC is seeing it like having a flu or pneumonia. It still can be life-threatening for somebody who has a bad or low immune system. But I hope she keep her storefront. I hope it goes real well. But like I said, Tanya and Kenya both are not wanting to leave the show. So Bravo is going to have to phase them out with episodes they're not going to be in. And they see the handwriting on the wall. But Ken's not panicking. Because like I said, she got another show that they paying her for. Kenya's panicking because she has no more outlets. She has no more money that's going to be as big as the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay? And with them not showing her salon in the grand opening and this, that, and third, you on your way out the door, Kenya. And you know that because you shouldn't have went over to Carlos King platform. I mean, you say you friends with Candy, but I'm looking at you sideways now. Like, really? Are you? But that's all I got. I ain't got no more, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.